In the last video, you saw us saying goodbye to Mr. Sirloin. He had an appointment. For freezer camp, and I just wanted to update you a little bit about that. We did get him butchered. It took about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days to a week. Not sure how long, because I wasn't really keeping up with the calendar. But so we got him butchered, and they froze the meat, and then we went to pick it up. And I just wanted to show you what all we got. First, let me remind you that what we had was a Jersey cow. If you go look at the last video, I explained that we had a Jersey cow. So we weren't going to get as much meat off of that cow as we would, a beef cow. So just keep that in mind when I show you what we got back. But I'm happy with what we got, though. We've never raised a beef cow, so I don't know how much more meat we would have gotten. And we may try that. That is actually something we want to try one day, probably not soon. Don't know when. It might even be like a year from now or something, I don't know. I'm gonna turn you around and show you our freezer now. Okay, here is what we got. Now this whole freezer, now there's a few things underneath down on the bottom, not much. Now this is the most meat we've ever had at one time. Really it is. So let's see what we got here. I know that we got 77 pounds of ground beef. I'm excited about that. We got several New York strip steaks. We got, I think, 2 of those briskets. I'm not sure. We got several roasts. I think we counted 4 the other day. Let's look at under here. Okay, so that's pretty much full with ground beef down underneath. So I know there's like a bag of ice back there. There's a bag of flour under some of this, and there's a few vegetables over there, and there might have been a few more packs of lamb meat underneath. But well, I guess really there wasn't that much underneath. So okay, so we got tenderloin, we got ribeyes. He had some flat iron steaks in here. Did I already say sirloin? We got sirloin. And we have not eaten any of this yet. Okay, there's the sirloin right there. All those sirloin steaks. Okay, and there's something under there. I'm not sure what that is. It just says beef, 12 pounds. I don't know what that is. I'll have to ask Rusty. We have a friend who wanted us to save. This might be a little gross. I don't know. It's gross to you, but that's the tongue. That's Mr. Sirloin's tongue. Wow. So, our friend, you know who you are. Got your tongue for you. So what do you think? Let's see, we bought our calf for $300, and then we brought him home, and he stayed on this pasture out here. We fed him corn at first and some other feed at first. Well, mostly corn. And I don't know if we gave him any hay at first, but we had plenty of grass out here. So he mostly was grass fed through the summer, and then last fall we began feeding them hay. So we had plenty of hay, and that's when we started giving him corn. Feeding him a lot of corn was during the fall. And so through the fall and winter, he ate plenty of hay, plenty of corn, and we were consistent with the corn through the winter time up till the time he was butchered. So the butcher said that he was very lean, because we don't do it ourselves. We have it, we had him butchered at a butcher's place. Anyway, the butcher said that he was very lean. Of course, you know, he had a lot of belly, probably 200 to 300 pounds of belly, but the meat looks really good. It just is a very nice color. Like I said, we've never done this before, and I can't wait to try it. I'm actually gonna go fry up a pound of the ground beef here in just a few minutes. Would you like to see what it looks like? I can video that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I may make tacos. I'm not sure. I just wanted to see what it looks like. Well, I got off on a rabbit trail about cooking a pound of ground beef. What I started to say was it worth, money-wise, was it worth buying the cow? He kept our grass mowed for, I mean, not all of it. Rusty still had to bush hog a little bit. This is just one cow and one horse out there, a mini horse at that. So they weren't going to eat. That's probably 3 acres of pasture over there. So was it worth buying the cow and raising him here? Money-wise, I don't know. We didn't keep up with every dime that we spent. We kind of worked it out. We kind of estimated some costs, and it looks like that, including the fee to have him butchered, we're probably paying somewhere between $5 and $6 a pound for our meat. Well, maybe it could be between let's say between $4 and $6 for our meat. Now that is higher than what I would spend on ground beef at the grocery store, but our meat was raised here. He did have vaccinations. He had his very first vaccinations. I don't even remember what they were. He was wormed one time when we first got him, had his vaccinations, and we know where his food came from. We know what was in his food. So to spend between $4 and $6 on home raised meat, I don't think it's that bad. I think that's a pretty good price. I don't know. And then when you count the steaks and the roast, you know, you're not going to spend any less than $5 a pound at the grocery store for roast or steak, especially. And I don't know about brisket. I think it's pretty expensive. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go out there on a limb and say, yes, it was worth it to us financially. I'll let Rusty answer the question about if it was worth it for him to have to wrestle with the cow with sirloin at times out there in the pasture. So anyway, it was worth it to us. We know that like I said earlier, we do want to do it again. I do hope that we have some different fencing and a different system set up before we do it again. So this is a great learning experience for us. Now let's go see what that meat looks like when I cook it. Okay, I just opened the ground beef package and put it in the skillet. What's that? It looks good. Of course, it's hard for you to see on the video exactly the color, but I think it looks good. Smells good. Let's see how it fries up. Look how lean that is. There is hardly any fat in the skillet. I like that. I'm not putting any seasonings in this meat. This is a different skillet this is a different skillet from what the bacon was cooked in, because I want to just taste the meat. I want to see what the meat by itself tastes like, and then I may add some seasoning to it later. Like I said, I don't even know what I'm going to do with this meat yet, but look, that is looking really nice. That is looking a lot like what our lamb meat looks like with no grease. He said it was really lean. Y'all, this meat is so lean. Look at that. So earlier when I said that our meat costs probably, by the time you add up purchasing the calf, raising the calf on your property, purchasing the hay and the feed, paying to have the cow butchered, I figure that we're paying somewhere between $4 and $6 per pound if you wanted to, if you wanted to add it up. And I said that probably you can get ground beef at the store cheaper than that, but let me show you. This is the last pound or package of ground beef that I bought, and look how much it was per pound. $4.98 per pound. This is 80% lean, 20% fat. At the grocery store, in order to buy the leanest meat, what is it? I think you can get 90% lean. I think you can get 93. I think I've even seen 97. That's gonna be a lot more than $6 a pound, at least in my area it would be. In fact, the grocery store that I got this meat at, I don't even think you can buy the 90. I think this is the leanest you can buy. You might be able to buy the 85%. I'm not sure, but if we came out of this deal with paying $6 or less per pound for this lean of meat that I just fried up, it was definitely worth it. Now I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna video myself trying this. Maybe that's weird, I don't know. So I've got the meat here, and this might be a little weird eating on camera. If you don't want to watch it, then please fast forward. But I just thought I'd try a bite in front of you. This is my first bite of the cow that we had butchered, and I'm not gonna pretend that it's not just a little weird. I think after the first bite, it's gonna be fine, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it doesn't, like I don't think about it, at least at first when I'm trying this. So it's fine though. I just wanna see how it tastes. And like I said a while ago, I didn't put any seasoning. I didn't have anything in the skillet. It was a clean skillet, no bacon grease, no anything like that. I just want to see what the actual meat tastes like. So here we go. It's very good, very good. Not greasy at all. It has a little bit of a different texture than what you buy at the store. It could be a little bit chewy. Not bad at all. I think it would be great. Make great hamburgers. So, like I said, I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit weird knowing that 2 weeks ago I was looking at the cow out my kitchen window, but I'm totally fine with it. We will eat it. I will not have any problems with it. Yeah. I think it's great. And if all the meat is like this, it was definitely worth it. I'm so glad we did it. Thank you, friends, who we got our calf from. I'll bring you a pound of this sometime soon. All right, y'all. Well, I'll go ahead and end this video here. I hope this didn't bother you. I know that in some of our previous videos, you've seen the cow, but we got him for the purpose. This is why we got him, to feed our family. And it feels pretty good, I have to say. It feels really good. It feels good to have our freezer. I'm not sure it's quite half full. Would you say it's half full from what you saw? It's pretty close. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this again sometime. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Maybe we can cook something in the next video with our lean hamburger.